It's hard to believe that it's been just over a decade when publisher Eidos redefined what an adventure game could and should be with the release of Tomb Raider. The game introduced console gamers to a 3D world full of action, adventure, puzzles, and yes, the now infamous Lara Croft. We've experienced several sequels, some of which, yes, we've wiped clear of our memories, but a lot of lessons can be learned in 10 years' time. So much so that game developer Crystal Dynamics has gone back to the drawing board to bring us a better, faster, stronger Lara Croft, and they give us Lara Croft Tomb Raider Anniversary. And here to talk about the game and show off some of Lara's new, well, assets is Matt Dahlgren from Eidos. Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Listen, there's probably, believe it or not, a few gamers out there that might not be familiar with the Tomb Raider franchise or Lara Croft herself. Give us a brief little history on the franchise and Lara.
So, Tomb Raider Anniversary is a remastered version of one of the most classic games of all time, the original Tomb Raider. And it's also our way of celebrating the impact that Lara Croft has had both on gaming and on pop culture. Back when she was originally about to come out in 1996, gaming was dominated by male lead characters. Games of the time would be Mario 64, Duke Nukem, Quake, all had male lead characters. Lara Croft was the first time that a female was put into a very visible, powerful role. The game itself also did new things for the gaming industry by playing on people's emotion when they played the game. It wasn't cartoony like Mario. It wasn't a first-person shooter. There were real emotions like fear, isolation. You didn't know if enemies were going to jump out and attack you. You didn't know if you dove into the water if you'd be able to come up for air. And things started off with a bang. Like Lara Croft on her own became a billion-dollar brand. The 7 games that have come out since the original have sold over 30 million copies. She's been on the cover of over 200 magazines. She was the world's first digital sex symbol.
I've got the pin-up that's in my locker, actually.
Yeah, the laundry list of her accomplishments is amazing. A theme park, hundreds of licensed products. So,
but when the game was so successful, what would have prompted Eidos to go back and kind of re-examine this and, for the most part, do it over again?
Well, things got off track a little bit with Tomb Raider. When Angel of Darkness came out, they definitely knew they needed something new and different, but Lara Croft as a character just didn't have the same look and feel and the same qualities that made her special to begin with. Like, she had dark mascara, she was not in the tombs anymore, she was on the back streets of Paris, and so we really want to revive Lara Croft as a character and bring things back to the roots, and a good way to do that is with Tomb Raider Anniversary. We want to learn from our past mistakes. We want to realize what made Lara Croft great to begin with and really make it accessible again for today's audience.
Well, let's talk about the comparison between the original PlayStation version and the version we're going to see on the PS2. If you were to put them side by side, is there a big visible difference between the two?
Definitely. It's actually interesting when you go back and play the original. So much time has passed that a lot of things that gamers nowadays take for granted, such as camera control or analog control, things have just advanced so much. And when approaching Tomb Raider Anniversary, the idea is to really focus on all of the elements that made the game great, all of the memorable moments, invoke nostalgia, and really blow people's minds with what we can do today.
So for newcomers to the franchise, they fire up this edition in the PlayStation 2, they're going to be wowed by the crispness of the graphics and the gameplay. But for those of us that were playing the original version, we're going to look at it and just be wowed by the fact it looks so much better than the original. So do you think new gamers would be able to appreciate what they're seeing, or they don't have anything to compare it to from the original?
Well, this is a really good introduction into the Tomb Raider universe, and the first storyline for the original Tomb Raider was just very, very, very epic. Lots of very cool elements like the battle with the T-Rex. All of the memories that you would have had from playing the original are recreated, and the game is accessible both to new people to Tomb Raider and the fans. Definitely, if you've played the game before, you'll get a little bit more out of it because you have an idea as to what to expect, and there's some little twists and turns that will spice things up.
One of probably the biggest criticisms with the original game was it was very focused on exploration and not on the action. So is there more of a balance between the action and exploration in this game, or is it, you mentioned it still kind of focuses on the exploration part of it?
Exploration is definitely a key factor, but so is action, and they've done a lot of stuff to really liven up and revamp the action. Enemies now have adrenaline attacks where they'll charge you, and if Lara Croft can time a jump correctly, there'll be a slowdown effect, and she can line up a headshot and get a one-shot kill. The action is much more up close and personal. It's not Lara Croft finding a place to hide to shoot at enemies from afar. She's really up there dodging out of the way, acrobatic gunplay. It's a lot of fun.
Now, the game is coming out actually June 5th, right?
It'll be in stores on June 6th.
June 6th. PS2, PSP, Windows, and I think I just saw an announcement that it's making its way to the Wii.
Yes.
So what does the franchise have in store? You know, there's kind of like this new digital revitalization for Laura and Tomb Raider. What can we expect maybe moving forward?
Well, the primary focus for Tomb Raider Anniversary is the PlayStation 2 as the lead platform. It's going to be coming out June 6th for the PlayStation and PC for $29.99. PlayStation portable version is going to be following later, and then the Wii version is this fall. And Tomb Raider Anniversary really is trying to get the most out of a PlayStation 2 game. It's a celebration of Lara Croft. We want anyone that played the original game to be able to play this game. That's why it's only $29.99. And the install base for the PlayStation 2 is enormous, and we really want to make a game that's accessible to the widest audience that's out there. Now, for Tomb Raider, we definitely have other things in store for the brand.
And you're going to share those with us right now?
We can't release any details just yet, but we do want to learn
Always
from
the
our,
case.
Yeah, we do want to learn from our past mistakes, and we want to make sure that every iteration of Tomb Raider pushes things forward and really evolves Lara Croft as a character and evolves adventure gaming.
Matt, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you being here with us today. Lara Croft Tomb Raider Anniversary will be on store shelves, as we mentioned, next week, June 6th. And, of course, we'll have a full review of the game right here on Texas Game.